Hey guys, it's Whitney. Welcome to today's video. This channel is dedicated to helping you DIY a cozy home. In today's video, I will be guiding you through a few steps that you can take to make your home a little bit more sustainable, a little bit more eco-conscious, friendlier to the earth, while saving yourself lots of money. You don't have to implement all of these things all at one time. Do what your time and your wallet can afford right now, and then just make little changes throughout the course of the year, the next couple years. Do what you can do, because every little tiny thing that we do collectively matters. Let's talk about the heavy hitter first, energy consumption. Now, if you have solar panels, awesome. But for most of us who don't have solar panels, a lot of our energy comes from fossil fuels. So if we can reduce our energy consumption, it'll save us money, it'll save fossil fuels, and it'll save the planet. Now there's the obvious things that we all know how to do, like turn lights off in rooms that we're not in, change out your incandescent light bulbs to LED light bulbs. But the one thing that I have done that has saved me so much money over the years is switching my thermostats to a smart thermostat. We have the Nest system here, and it has saved us so much money. Now at first, I was a little kind of sticker shocked by the price tag on the Nest thermostats, but honestly, that thing paid for itself within a couple months. Now, a few things to know about the Nest thermostats if that's the brand that you're looking into getting. There's the Nest 3rd generation, which is a learning thermostat. So it connects to your app on your phone. So when you leave the house, it turns either the heat or the air conditioner down. When you come home, it'll start to learn your patterns, so it can regulate the house temperature and not use any air conditioning or heating during the day when you're not home and you don't need it. So we have one learning thermostat, but we don't actually use the learning capabilities on it, so it's kind of a waste of money to get the 3rd generation. But the regular one, just the white one, works perfectly. You can program it, you can set it to turn down overnight, so it's not constantly keeping the heat going in your house, the air conditioner going in your house, if that's your sleeping preferences. But when you're gone for the day, you can log onto your app, you can turn it down, you can turn it up, and it saves you so much money instead of just having one of those old like Mercury ones where it's set to 72 all day and you're wasting electricity, you're wasting whatever heating fuel that you're using. Now, if you're looking to get a deal on a Nest thermostat, check your local energy providers, because when we bought ours, our local energy provider was selling them for like 30% off market price because it was helping with energy consumption. So they were offering a discounted incentive on the Nest thermostats themselves. And I'm pretty sure it was around Black Friday. And I don't know if it happened to be like a Black Friday sale or if I was just looking for them around Black Friday time and I found out that our local energy provider sold them on their website for a discounted price. So check with your local energy providers and see if they do something like that. And all of the dads out there watching, you're gonna thank me later for this, because you can lock the Nest thermostat. Like you can set it to like max of 72. So if you have like a teenager who's like, I'm cold, and just cranks it up to like 82, you can lock it so it can only go up to like 72. Thank me later. To the laundry room. The next thing I have to talk about is the dryer. Now, FYI, I'm not sponsored by this. I've just saved a ton of money on Nest, and I think you should too. Okay, so now let's talk the dryer. Now, we all know that the most energy consumption comes from things that generate heat, like a dryer. So something that I've been doing, which has literally saved me hundreds of dollars, I've talked about this in another video, is once I wash my clothes or my bedding or whatever, I hang it up to dry. So if it's a nice day outside, I will hang up all my stuff on the clothesline to dry outside, get some nice fresh breeze. But if it's not, and it's wintertime, I will hang them up inside on like one of those accordion dryer rack things, or just hang them up on hangers or over my stairwell railing, you know, whatever. And then once they're pretty much dry, I'll just pop them in the dryer on low heat for like 10 minutes, and you save yourself so much energy and so much money. Give it a try. We will be turning to the laundry room in just a second and the plastic portion of this video. So another big heat energy sucker are those incandescent light bulbs. Change them out to LEDs, especially the Smart Genie ones. Let me show you how they work. Now we're on the 3rd floor, and please excuse the work zone. But what I can show you, want to see some magic? You see that top of that Tiffany lamp right there? Woo! Now it's on! Just from my phone. And we can go like super light, super dim. Whoa, we can change the color. What do we want? What do we want? Blue, pink, red. And then if you want to just tap it off, boom, it's off. It's LED, it's colorful, it's great. And the best part is Genie is now making Edison style bulbs that can switch between warm light, cool light, and daylight. And I love having me some exposed Edison bulbs out, but now they have LED ones. Let's go talk about thermal insulating curtains, because that can save you a ton of money too. If you spend a lot of money on heating and cooling, get yourself some thermal insulated curtains. I got these off Amazon and they're great. This is probably the second runner up for what has saved me the most money. Nest, then thermal insulating curtains. Seriously, guys. Use the sun to your benefit. During the winter, I have these curtains open up during the day so the house can be warmed by the natural sunshine, and then at night I close them up to keep that cold out, and then vice versa in the summertime. In the summer, I have them closed during the day to keep the house cool, and they work like a dream. Ooh, all right. Who's ready to watch a movie? Let's talk about a couple things that you can do in your kitchen. Now, first things first, stop buying bottled water. If you're in a place where you can actually drink your water and you just need to purify it, just purify it. Stop buying bottled water. Now, the big and most expensive thing that you could do is get a whole house water purifier that will filtrate your systems throughout the entire domestic line of your house. Second thing, you can get like a point of use water filtration system that can hook up underneath your sink, or you can get the ones that attach to your faucet, or you can just get a simple Brita filtration system that you can keep in your fridge. Now, if you want to stop using so many paper towels, get yourself some of these things right here. They are called Swedish dishcloths. They kind of feel like cardboard at first, but as soon as you wet them, they turn into like a little cleaning rag. You can wash your dishes with this. You can clean your counters with this. I use this as my cleaning thing for the entire house. I use them in the bathroom. I use them everywhere. Now, do not put them in the dryer because they kind of come out all crunchy like this. Once they're dry, they turn back into kind of like cardboard feeling. And I've always just put them through the washing machine and through the dryer, but I just read the directions on the back of this and it says, do not put them in the dryer. So you can just rinse them, put them in the microwave for 40 seconds to sanitize them, or you can put them in your dishwasher and then just lay them out to dry flat and then become kind of cardboard again, but they are great. Now, the only issue I've had with this brand and this pattern right here, I feel like the first use that you use these, kind of the black ink kind of comes off a little bit. There's another package that I got off Amazon. There's cute little farmhousey prints on them and it doesn't have the issue at all. I have them linked in my Amazon storefront. I'll have that in the box down below if you want to check those out, but these are literally the best. And when it comes to coffee, I love my coffee. We used to have a regular pot and a Keurig. Now the Keurig, I felt so wasteful by using the pods, so I got the little reusable thing where you can put your own coffee in there, but I feel like it didn't really brew that great of a cup of coffee, but I have the solution. This coffee pot right here, Hamilton Beach. It brews an entire pot and it can also brew a single cup over here. Switch it over here if you want to brew a single cup. Then switch it back if you want to brew a whole pot. This thing is great. And it's like you don't have a regular pot and then a Keurig. You just have like one thing. Perfect. If you want to get rid of using plastic wrap, you can switch out for beeswax wraps like these. You just put them over the top, squish them down, and there you go. These are reusable. You can put them in the fridge. When you need to wash them, you just take them off. You just rinse them off in the sink and lay them out to dry. Another great option. Another thing that you can do in the kitchen is don't waste your food. Food waste gives off so much methane when it hits the landfills. And not only when you waste food, you're wasting all of the energy and water that went into growing, harvesting, packaging, transporting it, and getting it to your table. So don't waste all of that. Eat your food, and the food waste you do have, compost it, put it back into the soil, and grow some more food yourselves. If you don't have access to your own composting bin or composting pile, look up your local municipality and look at their waste management system and see if they have a composting system set in place. I know my town does have a composting facility, and they also give you free compost for your gardens. So look that up and see if you have a resource like that available to you as well. Back to the laundry room. If you watched one of my previous videos on my favorite cleaning products, you guys know how much I love this stuff. But truth be told, this stuff, it comes in a plastic jug and there's quite a bit of water in the detergent itself. I go through a ton of detergent in this house and I have a ton of these things that just go to waste. I've looked for DIY projects on how to reuse these, but nothing I'm coming across is like super cute or super functional for what I need. So if you guys have any suggestions for how to reuse these, let me know in the comments below. But I was searching for an alternative online, and kind of around the same time, how fortuitous, a company called True Earth reached out to me and sent me their laundry strips to try out. Now this video is definitely not sponsored. This is the only product in this video that has been sent to me, but this product is actually really cool and I really like what the company is doing. So let me tell you about it a little bit. It's basically like detergent in a sheet. Now they come like this and they're perforated right in the middle. Then you just throw one of these little thingies into your washer and this is your detergent. If you have like a funky load, you use two. If you have a light load, just rip it in half and use half of it. Now I was a little skeptical at first because I was like, is this really gonna get my stuff clean? And it actually does. I've tested out all of their different formulas. I do like this one the best. It's their new platinum formula. It's like an advanced heavy duty cleansing formula. I do really like this. Have a fresh linen option, a fragrance free option, and a baby option. I don't think it performs better than my other detergents that I use. I think it's pretty much on par, but I do really like what the company is doing. The package is compostable, they're vegan, it's phosphate free, they don't test on animals. I definitely think you should give these a try if you are looking to make some more changes in your home to make it a little bit more eco-friendly and sustainable. They are on that higher price point, but it's definitely worth the investment if you want to invest your dollars with a company who's doing really good things for the planet. So if you are gonna make some changes in your home to make it a little bit more eco-conscious, let me know what they are. Let me know in the comments below. And remember, this can be a little bit overwhelming. You don't have to do all of these things tomorrow. Pick a few things that you can do. These are just some things that I have done in my own home over the years that have helped my home become a little bit more sustainable and also save me a lot of money along the way. And try your best. Nobody's perfect. I'm definitely not perfect. My house is definitely not as sustainable as it could be. So if we can save the planet, save our money, and save each other, then we're golden. All right, I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye. Oh, if you like videos like this, please feel free to subscribe. I'd love to have you here.